Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Mamoru Hikaru back here again with another ANTALKU video. As per usual, as a summer anime approaches, this is the uh, anime review for that season. So let's go ahead and transition. You guys will see my display capture for a bit, and then we'll set that part up for later. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, as if you guys have seen my previous 3 or 4 anime lineups, I usually just go over what's airing that season. As well, if I'm gonna skip it, 1 episode, 3 episodes, or must watch. I also include the studio that made that anime, the release date if there is any, and synopsis as well if there is any. So our first anime is a banger, and it will be Jujutsu Kaisen. It is by Studio Mappa. Synopsis is it's its second season, and it is slated for a July 6th release date. And as you can tell on the top left half of the presentation or PowerPoint, I have must watch, and that's where all the rankings of each anime will be. I like to tell you guys that even though I put like 1 episode, it doesn't mean I will stop at that. I just want to give it a shot, and if it lives up to my expectations, then I bump it up to must watch. If I'm like not 100% sold on it, then I bump it up to 3. Now, if you guys do see a skip on here, I will more than likely not watch it no matter what. So keep that in mind. I have watched every single trailer for all of these animes that will be airing, as well as read the synopsises. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our second anime, which is another banger, Mushoku Tensei, aka Jobless Reincarnation. So it is by Studio Bind. Synopsis, it's second season. Release date July 3rd. And obviously, I gave this a must watch. I mean, it's Mushoku Tensei, so enough said. There's not really much else to say for it. Let me lower my BGM a little bit so I could hear myself talk. Alright, our next one is another must watch for me. It's Masamune Kun's Revenge. It is by Studio Silverlink, second season. Release date July 3rd. Now, the reason, if you guys aren't familiar with Masamune Kun's Revenge, um, without spoilers, basically, it's a fat kid who gets bullied for his looks, especially by the girl that he likes. And, you know, fast forward like 10 years or whatever, now they're in high school. He turned out really hot or whatever, or he got fit, something along those lines. And then he's planning his, as the title suggests, revenge against the girl who he believes made fun of him and caused him so much hurt and trauma. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Another must watch, Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Arc, second core, and it is by Studio Period. Release date July 8th. I mean, Bleach is back, boys. Like, what else do I gotta say? We got Mr. Mustachio Magnificent, who will be the main antagonist of this arc. Um, what I do hope that doesn't happen, although I did enjoy the first core of Thousand Year Blood War, is that the first 6 episodes, undoubtedly banger. The best episodes in anime. However, the last 6 episodes were kind of meh. A couple of those were like extremely filler. It was very slow paced. It wasn't until the final minutes of episode 12 where I really gave a damn. So the first half, amazing, like 10 out of 10. Second half of it, kind of underwhelming, especially for Bleach. You'd think it would have like ended up more hyped. So my issue with it was the pacing, and I hope that this second core learned from it and is able to space it off a little bit more evenly than, you know, six and then six, you know. But yeah, must watch. Next one, Eminence in Shadow. Now, this one isn't necessarily starting to air in summer. However, there is the first episode of the second season that will release on July 1st. Now, I believe that after that airs, they will go on a like 2 or 3 months hiatus, and then it will continue airing in like October, November. So keep that in mind. It's not necessarily the entire second season, so please don't come after me. It's just the information that I got for you guys. This is going to be a hyped story arc. I don't want to say too much to, you know, keep it spoiler free. But yeah, it's by Studio Peria, July 1st. Watch it. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Alright, next, Rent a Girlfriend. Now, before we go on to the studio, etc., I know you're wondering, you're like, Hikaru, why does it say must watch for Rent a Girlfriend? Okay, here's why. I have OCD, and I started the first season and binge watched it. It was kind of a meh show, to be honest. However, I started second season with the hopes of it getting better because there were some moments here and there that kind of redeemed the characters, such as Chizuru, who went to grave lengths to cover for Kazuya's lie. So yeah, I started the second season and I just kept watching and watching. I'm like, is it ever gonna get any better? So at this point, it's a must watch for me personally, just because I already watched 2 seasons. Do I think it deserved a third season? No, absolutely not. It's god awful. I cringe every time the MC comes out. Yeah, uh, you know, I just hope nobody gets with anybody. They all have their own issues. But yeah, so this is July, no specific date as of yet. Moving on to our next anime, Horimiya. Now, you might, your eyes might dart straight to the synopsis, and it says season 2 question mark. All right, so let's start with the studio. It is by Studio Cloverworks. Its release date is July 1st, and obviously it's a must watch for me because I really enjoyed Horimiya, so I will definitely continue this one. Now, going back to the season 2 question mark, the reason why it's season 2 question mark is because, um, according to myanimelist.com, which is where I got the images as well as the information for each one of these animes. So credits to them. None of this is my original work. I only put it into a PowerPoint format uh, um, to make it more like concise. You could get it in one place. Um, but so the reason it says season 2 question mark is because it will feature stories from the manga that didn't necessarily get covered during season 1 of Horimiya. So that's why I don't really consider it season 2, because it might not continue the main character's story further. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, as of now, it's just stories that were not covered in the manga. Still must watch. Bungo Stray Dogs, hard skip for me. And before you guys roast me, I'll let me explain myself. So it is by Studio Bones. It is the 5th season, and the release date is slotted for July 12th. Now, with all that information out of the way, the reason why Bungo Stray Dogs is a skip for me is because there's already 4 previous seasons. As you can tell, this is season 5. And I already have a lot on my plate. I don't want to watch 4 seasons, moving into a fifth. You know, I have thousands of animes, literally, probably. that I need to catch up on, that I need to rewatch for future videos that I'm trying to do, trying to catch up on some manga. So I have no interest. Also, I saw the trailer for season 5, kind of underwhelming to me. Yes, granted, I haven't seen the previous seasons, but it didn't really like sell me on, oh, you know what, I must watch the previous ones. So yeah, for me it's a skip. It's a personal issue, just like we talked about for Rental Girlfriend. My personal preference, yes, we're allowed to have those guys. I know it's 2023, we're all trying to cancel each other, but we are allowed to have our own preferences. Nothing wrong with that. If you're gonna watch this, if this is a must watch for you, cool. Tell me how you like it on Twitter. Comment on this video if I should actually give it a chance. But as of now, this is a hard skip for me. So moving on to the next one, we have Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. I'm giving this one 3 episodes. It is by Studio Bug Films. Quick synopsis, and again, for some of these, the synopsis is going to be really long. So if you hate my voice, just like I hate my own voice, feel free to mute and just read the synopsises on your own. And if you don't mind my horrible voice, then thank you, I appreciate it, but also I'll do a brief read of it. So, in a trash-filled apartment, 24-year-old Akira Tendo watches a zombie movie with lifeless, envious eyes. After spending 3 hard years at an exploitative corporation. Yeah, tell me about it. Don't we all know about that? In Japan, his spirit is broken, saying, dude, I've been dead inside since 2012. He can't even muster the courage to confess his feelings to his beautiful coworker, Otori. Then one morning, he stumbles upon his landlord eating lunch, which happens to be another tenant. Dun dun dun! You guys like my little sound effects? I know they're horrible, but I mean, we do be scuffed, so. The whole city's swarming with zombies, and even though he's running for his life, Akira has never felt more alive. Release date slotted for July 2nd. Now, here's the reason why I'm giving it 3 episodes. If you guys have been following me for a while, especially on Twitter, where I'm more active than the other social media platforms, you'll know that I love the zombie genre, whether it's video games, movies, anything zombie related, I'm all in it. So, I read the synopsis, I'm interested, okay, 1 episode. Also, it's zombie. Then I watched the trailer and it looked dope, so let's bump it up to 3 episodes. Now, you might say, Hikaru, well, if you like zombies, you like the trailer and the synopsis, why not put it at a must watch? 3 words. I guess it's 4 maybe? Anyways, High School of the Dead. That's all I'm saying. Unpopular opinion, I didn't like it. It was mostly interpersonal relationships where I just wanted to see zombies. So it was kind of a letdown. I don't care about that human aspect. I'll go on a little side tangent that correlates to this though. So I recently saw Transformers, the new one that came out, Rise of the Beast or something like that, and I absolutely loved it. However, I went in with low expectations, just like I'm going into this anime, because as you are well aware, Transformers in the past focuses a lot on the human love aspect. I didn't go to see Transformers for the love relationship BS between humans. I went for one thing and one thing only. You guessed it, it's literally in the title, Transformers. So that's what I want to see. Same with this, Bucket List of the Dead. I'm going in expecting to see about zombies, dealing with the outbreak, surviving the outbreak, trying to move on and like rebuild society kind of, without it being about a freaking love story. If I want a love story, I will watch Horimiya, which I will, as I've mentioned. So I'm not in it for human relationships. Just give me zombies, lots of gore, blood. I'm all in. So that's why 3 episodes. If it avoids the High School of the Dead route, then I will push it to must watch. Moving on. The girl I forgot. The girl I like forgot her glasses. It is. I gave it 3 episodes. Rule. The studio is by Gohans. Synopsis is. As the desk mate of I my or I me, Kairi Komura always has his attention fixed on her. Attracted by her cute charms, all he wishes for is that she would look at him with those beautiful eyes beneath her glasses. But just a few days after making her acquaintance, Kaida notices something different about Ai. Her eyes are squinting, and her glasses are missing. Nonetheless, he still finds her adorable. Unexpectedly, Ai has a tendency to forget her glasses. Having terrible vision, she has difficulty going through her day at school. Thankfully, Kaide is more than willing to help her. As Ai starts relying on him, Kaide's feelings for her grow even more likewise. Despite her short-sightedness, Kaide slowly becomes the person Ai always hopes to see. Release date is slated for July 4th, and I mean, yeah, there's not really much to talk about. It seems like maybe a rom com. The reason I'm giving it 3 episodes is I hope that I um, doesn't go the route of Nagatoro because I found that one extremely annoying. I don't like that type of character that pesters the MC, especially, Nagatoro and Uzaki-chan. I'm not into that, guys. So that's why it's 3 episodes. Hopefully, that's not her personality. If it is, I'll probably drop it. If it's not, must watch. So 3 for now. Next one, My Happy Marriage. It is by Studio Kinema Citrus. Quick synopsis. After my eye. Sorry about that, guys. So, Mio Sayomori was the unfortunate child of a loveless arranged marriage. After her mother died, her father brought in his lover and her own daughter, Kaya. From then on, Mio's life was reduced to that of a mere servant. Even worse, while Kaya inherited the family's psychic abilities, Mio had dirt. Oh wait, Mio had none. She was truly the daughter with no merit. After years of being treated like dirt, Mio has learned to keep her head down, hide her pain, and obey every order. So it comes as no surprise that she is arranged to be married to Kiyoka Kuro, a military captain rumored to be so cruel that he has driven away every one of his potential wives so far. From a painful upbringing to a painful marriage, that's the future that awaits Mio. Or so she thinks. Contrary to her expectations, her new husband is actually kind hearted. What really awaits Mio is a blissful, everlasting marriage full of happiness. Aw, so cute. Release date is July 5th. I gave it 1 episode in case I don't, do good with the art style and whatnot. But yeah, I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm really interested in it. So potentially 3 episodes and then must watch. Devil is a part timer. It is by Studio 3HZ or 3 Hertz. Synopsis, it's second season. Release date July 13th. Now, the reason I gave it 1 episode is because I have not seen the first season. However, the trailer sold me on it. Unlike Bungo Stray Dogs, which I gave a skip after watching the trailer. So, the Devil is a Part Timer did sell me on it, so I will watch all of season 1 leading up to second season. If I enjoy the first season, I'll bump this to a 3 or must watch. If I don't, then season 2, I'll watch 1 episode and then probably drop. Alright, moving on. Our next one, The Duke of Death and His Maid by Studio JC Staff. Synopsis, second season. Release date sometime in July, no specific date. I gave it 1 episode. Reason, as the previous one I just said, I haven't seen season 1, However, I did watch the trailer. I enjoyed it. We will binge watch season 1 and then watch one episode of season 2 and go from there. Next one, Liar Liar. It is by Geek Toys. So, quick synopsis. At Academy, quick synopsis. At Academy Island, everything is settled through games waged for a certain number of stars, with the strongest student being granted the ranking of 7 stars. Hiroto, not to be confused with Kiroto, a transfer student, unexpectedly beats the strongest empress and becomes a pseudo-strongest in the school. A mind game of lies and bluffs begins. Release date July 8th. Now, here's the reason why I'm giving it one episode. It seems like it was a hybrid mix between Kakegurui and No Game No Life. I enjoyed Kakegurui. Not, a masterpiece, any stretch of the imagination, but I did enjoy it. However, No Game No Life, I thought it was absolute trash. I saw the first 3 episodes. It was horrendous. I'm sorry, I don't have a complex for my little sister. So yeah, I'm hoping it stays more true to Kakegurui than No Game No Life. If it does, must watch. If not, I'll drop. So one episode for now. Next one, Reign of the Seven Spellblades. Another anime releasing this summer by Studio JC staff. They're killing it. Quick synopsis. In the world of magic, there exist deadly irreversible techniques commonly known as Spellblades. These sparse and elusive spells, along with their casters, are shrouded in mystery, and only their absolute lethality is known to the masses. Every year, the spring blossom signifies a new intake of students to the prestigious magic school Kimberly. With reactions of awe and bewilderment, a ceremonious parade complete with magical beasts welcomes the newcomers to the institution. Among them is the mysterious Oliver Horn, whose indifference changes to fascination as he notices a peculiar figure, a girl wearing strange attire equipped with a Japanese sword. From the entrance ceremony onward, Oliver realizes that not all is as it seems at Kimberly, as the emergence of labyrinths, monsters, and other threats endanger the new student body. Nanatsu no Maken Gashihai Sauru explores the intertwined fates of 2 warriors as they uncover the dark truths that lurk within the walls of the academy. That was a mouthful to read. Release date is July 8th, so the reason I'm giving it 3 episodes, not only because of the synopsis and the trailer, but even the art poster, as you could tell, it has a lot of similarities to Eminence and Shadow. So I'm looking forward to this anime. I'm hoping it's not a letdown. If it does, this video won't age well, but yeah, 3 episodes as of now. Next one, Rudo no Rurouni Kenshin, Maiji Kenkaku Romanten. It is by Studio Liden Films. Quick synopsis. 10 years have passed since the end of Bakumatsu, an era of war that saw the uprising of citizens against the Tokugawa shogunate. The revolutionaries wanted to create a time of peace and a thriving country free from oppression. The new age of Meiji has come, but peace has not yet been achieved. Swords are banned, but people are still murdered in the streets. Yeah, almost as if banning weapons does not make crime, prevent people from committing crime. But anyways, before I get canceled, uh, orphans of war Orphans of war veterans are left with nowhere to go while the government seems content to just line their pockets with money. Huh. Almost as if that's real life. One wandering samurai, Kenshin Himura, still works to make sure the values he fought for are worth the lives spent to bring about the new era. Once known as Kiri Batusai, he was feared as the most ruthless killer of all revolutionaries. Now haunted by guilt, Kenshin has sworn never to kill again in atonement for the lives he took. He may never know peace until killing is a thing of the past. Now, in the 11th year of Meiji, Kenshin stumbles upon Kaoru Kamiya, owner and head instructor of a small dojo, being threatened to close its doors. The police force is powerless to stop a string of murders done in the name of her dojo by a man claiming to be the famous Batusai. Kenshin's wanderings pause for now as he joins Karu to clear both their names. But how long can he stay before his past catches up to him? Release date July 3rd. Based on the trailer and the synopsis, one episode. It was kind of long and it gave me a whole lot of nothing. So I'm willing to give it a chance and hopefully it sells me on it because I'm not, 100% convinced. So far, I'm leaning like 70% dropping it. So, change my mind, please. Like, I'm always up for picking up new anime, which eventually lead me to new manga to read. Because unlike most people, I do the reverse. I'll watch an anime first, and then I'll read the manga. And here's my reasoning. We'll get back to the video soon. But, so the reason I like to watch the anime first and then manga, number one, I won't get spoiled. Number two, I don't want to start with the amazing manga just to be let down by the anime. If you watch the anime first and you think it's decent, and then you read the manga and it's even better, then you're moving up as opposed to going downwards. So, yeah, that's my reasoning behind it. But, anyways, back to our video. Hero Classroom by Studio Actus. Quick synopsis. A long time ago, there existed a demon lord who terrorized throughout the world until a hero stepped up to the stage and challenged the demon lord, ultimately defeating him and ending his reign. The hero then created Rosewood Academy, an academy made to help heroes in training achieve supremacy and help defend the world when needed. That and huh? When needed, that enrolls only the best of the best. Enter Arnis Flaming, a girl with a high sense of duty and a top student at the academy, hence receiving the alias Empress of Flames, who one day encounters a lively, carefree, new transfer student, Blade, a boy who seems to equal her in power, something that she finds really irritating. Arnis was then personally requested by the king to supervise and show Blade around the academy during his stay. The story follows the students' struggles and their quest to become heroes. Release date July 9th. I gave it one episode because I'm intrigued by the trailer and the synopsis. So, yeah, one episode, potentially more. Next, My Tiny Senpai by Studio Project Number 9. Synopsis: My senpai from work is tiny and cute. Shinosaki is an office worker who is taken care of and coddled by his senior team member, Shiori Katase, a gorgeous, profoundly kind, loving, and diminutive woman. Shinosaki certainly hopes that she's not doing it out of duty, but her joy of doing so increasingly exposes her feelings. Release date July 2nd. I gave it 3 episodes. Really interested in it. I hope it's that cutesy love story like Horimiya or Angel Next Door. Yeah, so that's about it. 3 episodes. Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. It is by Studio Dogakobo. Quick synopsis: dwelling in the small outskirts of a peaceful town, Lawrence works as a local pastor for the townsfolk. When in need, he is responsible for guiding people to the church to visit the saint. A symbol of good morals, he heeds each parishioner's struggles and grants them some sincere advice. Cecilia is a kind young girl. Cecilia, a kind young girl, is tasked to fulfill this role. However, this tiresome job quickly exhausts her. That, paired with her hidden somnolent nature, no idea what that word means, often causes her to laze around the church. This leaves Lawrence to care for the church all by himself. While Cecilia sleeps in anticipation for her next visitor, Lawrence caters to her needs. Alongside performing the church's numerous responsibilities, slowly but surely they begin to form a comfortable and trusting friendship with one another. Lawrence, accepting Cecilia's lax nature, elates her while she grows accustomed to Lawrence's overly doting nature. However, as the Dorian and absent-minded saint's feelings for the dense and overly protected pastor progress past friendship, how will he respond? Release date is sometime in July. I gave it 3 episodes. It seems like it's going to be another rom com, which I'm all for. Um, yes, it has a lot of like religious aspects to it, but I believe they're gonna fall in love, and it will eventually lead them to choose between either their faith or love. I mean, some people could argue that love is faith and vice versa, but I'm interested personally in watching it. So 3 episodes. Reborn as a vending machine. Now I wonder the dungeon. It is a combination project between Studio Gokumi and Axis. Synopsis: a vending machine fanatic meets his demise when he is, quite ironically, crushed by a vending machine. To his dismay, he finds himself reincarnated as a vending machine in another world, having re-emerged within a forest inhabited by frogmen and other monsters, and supplied with only 2 products. Boxo, the vending machine, requires coins to keep itself stocked, powered, and upgraded with new skills. Luckily, the automat is rescued by a young woman who quickly realizes that it is sentient, and she carries it to a human settlement. Thereafter, the strange piece of machinery gradually makes an impact in the world around it, gaining numerous allies along the way despite being utterly incapable of speech or movement, and communicating only by playing out pre recorded vending machine phrases. Release date is July 5th. I gave this a must watch. Now, 2 reasons for that. Number one, uh, I saw reincarnated as a sword during fall season last year, and I really liked it. I enjoyed the manga, which led me to pick up this one, and I've enjoyed it so far. So I think it's yes, it's typical isekai reincarnation stuff. However, we haven't gotten much in the variety of um, getting into normal inanimate objects such as a sword, vending machine, um, because we're all tired of I got a isekai, now I'm a little boy who's overpowered, and then I become a hot guy after years of training and whatnot. So it's a nice change of pace. I think this is going to be a really funny anime, and I personally can't wait for it. Hence why I gave it a must watch. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. It is by Studio Maho Film. Synopsis is Ryota Satu, who died from overworking at a black company, was reincarnated to another world, so another isekai. Although Ryota was alive, he was now burdened with the inconvenience that his level is fixed to 1 in this new world. Although he wasn't able to raise his level, he had a unique skill that can. A release date, July 8th. I give it 3 episodes. Um, Seems like another fun isekai. The bunny girl that's at the very front of that image reminded me of Pekora. I liked the trailer, it seemed kind of funny, so yeah, 3 episodes. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Part 2. It is another one by JC Staff, so they've been busy for summer season. Synopsis: second season of Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Release date July 7th. I gave it 1 episode because I haven't seen season 1. The trailer did intrigue me, hence why I'll binge season 1 and then episode 1 of season 2. The Dreaming Boy is a realist. It is by another combination by Studio Gokumi and Axis. Synopsis: Wataru Soju, who is deeply in love with His beautiful classmate, Aika Natsukawa, approaches her without getting discouraged while having dreams about their mutual love. However, one day, he woke up thinking, I am not really fit to be together with someone as good as her, huh? Upon realizing this, Wataru started keeping an appropriate distance from her, much to Aika's surprise. Could it be that he hates me now? Did his intention slip by her because she was getting impatient after arriving at the wrong conclusion? This is the start of a rom-com revolving around two people who just can't get their feelings across and both think their love is unrequited. Release date is July. I gave it one episode because it reminds me a lot of Kaguya, Sama, and then Angel Next Door, Dress Up Darling. It has that type of vibes. So, one episode for now. The most heretical last boss queen. From Villainess to Savior. It is by Studio OLM Team Yoshioka. Quick synopsis: Pride Royal Ivy is the final boss, an all-around scum in the Otome game. To a beam of light with you, she committed innumerable crimes, from enslaving her adopted brother in a soul-binding contract to abusing her position against the servants in the household. In short, she is a villain of pure evil. A normal high school student in Japan reincarnates into the 8-year-old body of Princess Pride. The first order of business: survive to see another day. Using her cheat-like ability, she resolves to save her father, rescue the kingdom, and become a kind and benevolent ruler. And so, Pride resolves to change her fate no matter what it takes. Release date, July 2nd. I gave it a must-watch. Gave me a lot of reincarnated as a villainous vibes. So yeah, I think this is going to be a fun adventure. So yeah. Dark Gathering by Studio OLM. Synopsis is Kaitsuru Gentoga is a college freshman who hates ghosts. Unluckily for him, he has a knack for attracting spirits. 2 years ago, this connection had led to him receiving a spiritual injury on his right hand, with his friend getting caught up in the crossfire. The event caused him to become a shut-in, leaving him with very poor social skills. Fortunately, Keitaru is slowly starting to mingle with society thanks to the help of his childhood friend Aiko Hozuki. As part of his rehabilitation, Kaitaru takes on the part-time job of a private tutor, and his first pupil is none other than Aiko's cousin, Yayo Hozuki. Besides being a child prodigy, there is another peculiarity regarding Yayoi. She has a spiritual constitution, just like Kaitaro. However, in contrast to Kaitaro, she yearns to encounter spirits, hoping to find the ghost that took her mother away. As Kaitaro is dragged along by Yayoi and Aiko to haunted spots, his part-time job seems to be straying further and further away from its original purpose. Release date is July 10th. I gave this a must-watch. Seems like a nice little, kind of scary anime, which is a nice change of pace from all the isekai and rom-coms. So, must-watch. Next, Am I Actually the Strongest? By Studio Staple Entertainment. Synopsis: to be reincarnated into another world with the premise of a cheat power is one thing, but to be reborn as a baby and then left for dead after your royal parents think you're powerless, that's another thing entirely. Now, the newly born Reinhardt, or Hart as his new friends, must find his way through a dangerous world, but luckily, he's got magic that's quite literally off the charts. Release date July 2nd. 3 episodes for me. I'm into it. Helk! It is by Studio Statelight. Synopsis: while humanity celebrates the defeat of the Demon King by the hands of a lone hero, the denizens of the demon world prepare for the contest of a lifetime, a tournament to decide who would inherit the title of Demon King. Now, 3 months later, the tournament has been proceeding smoothly. Well, other than the fact that the favorite to come out on top is the human hero Helk. With a smile and a wave, he easily beats his demonic competition, all while loudly proclaiming his hatred for humans. Though he calls for the destruction of humanity, the truth of what lies behind his cheery facade remains a mystery. Doubtful of Helg's intentions, Red Vamiriel, one of the four heavenly kings, who oversee the realm of the demons together, seeks to uncover what the hero is truly after. With the title of Demon King at stake, the fate of the demon world rests on her shoulders. Release date July 12th. One episode. Interesting premise. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. Next, Atelier Riza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. It is by Studio Leiden Films. It is the TV adaptation of the video game of the same name. Release date July 2nd. One episode. I'm interested. If I like the anime, I might pick up the game as well. Genjitsu no Yohane, Sunshine in the Mirror. It is by Studio Sunrise. Ironic. Synopsis: Nobody knows the story of the girl that everybody knows. Numazu is a scenic port town surrounded by the mountains and the sea. Yohane, a girl who has struggled to fit in with her surroundings since childhood, spends her day avoiding people in the city. What I want to do, my true whereabouts, that is, walking with a girl that cannot be honest in a mysterious world you are familiar with. Another sun that has just appeared. Release date June 25th. So as of recording, that's in about 17 days. So yeah, one episode. I'm interested. The Great Cleric by Studio Yokohama Animation Lab and Cloud Hearts. Synopsis: One day, Earth's god of destiny and Galdardia's chief god had a bet. The god of destiny lost and chose 10 mediocre souls to hand over. To those 10 souls, the chief god of Galdardia handed them new vessels. Among those mediocre souls was one salaryman who fought against his destiny of death. How will this man grow from now on? Not the god of destiny, nor the chief god of Galdardia, nor even the author themselves know. Release date July, one episode. Interesting premise, but not completely sold on it just yet. Sweet Reincarnation by Studio Synergy SP. Synopsis: A promising patissier meets his demise and leaves the world without ever having achieved his dream of making the world's greatest pastry. But when he is given another chance, he reincarnates as a 9-year-old pastry Mile Mortone. Determined to be successful the second time, his life would not be as sweet as his treats, though, as he encounters unfamiliar hardships in the magical world. To get one step closer to his lifelong desire, Pastry must learn how to fight, utilizing his confectionery knowledge and discovering magic along the way. Release date July 4th. Again, interesting premise, not 100% sold on it, so one episode for now. Tempuru, No One Can Live on Loneliness. It is by Studio Geku. Synopsis: Akimitsu Akigami was always told by his father that no one can live alone. But he's sure determined after all. His father sure wasn't saying it was the best of intentions. And Akimitsu has no desire to become like that creep. But when a chance encounter with a young woman leaves him with thoughts that are all too impure, he decides to do what he must, become a Buddhist monk and renounce worldly ways. But the temple he decides to devote himself to is full of women, and that same young woman is there too. What's a guy to do? July 8th, release date, 3 episodes. Seems kind of fun, so I'm interested in watching it, so 3 episodes. Undead Girl Murder Force. It is by Studio Lapin Trek. Synopsis: The end of the 19th century, a vampire's wife is murdered, and the detective known as the Cage User is called in to solve the crime. But there's more to the detective and the curtain birdcage he carries after. After all, when solving a case involving a monster, it might just take one to know one. Release date sometime in July. 3 episode rule. The Masterful cat is depressed again. Studio Gohan's synopsis: When Saku took in a stray black cat, She never expected that he would become the equivalent of a housekeeping life partner, but Yukichi, a giant cat who towers over Saku, is not your ordinary feline. He takes great pride in his culinary skills, and a good sale at the supermarket always gets his whiskers twitching. Saku may not have her act together yet, but at least she has Yukichi. Release date July 8th. I gave it one episode. I do love cats and animals and stuff. However, the animation didn't really, speak to me, so to say. So, one episode for now. Take a quick breather because we've been reading on for a minute. All right, so next up, The Gene of AI. It is by Studio Madhouse. Synopsis: this science fiction omnibus depicting a doctor who treats robot and humanoid problems takes place in the near future when humanoids with artificial intelligence account for 10% of the population. The main character, Dr. Pseudo Hikaru, hey, we share the same name, also has the undercover name Mogadi, under which he secretly takes on illegal medical procedures. For example, for a man who inadvertently infected his humanoid wife with a computer virus when illegally backing up her data, Suda proposes an operation to rewrite her memory using backup data. Could an existence replaced by backup data truly um, be said to be the same as it was before? July 8th for release date. I give it a must watch because it's an interesting premise of artificial intelligence, especially with everything that's going on, cryptocurrency and AI art and music, and there's even AI streamers. So, yeah, interesting premise. Must watch for me. Monogatari second season. Bandai Namco Pictures is the studio animating it. Second season. Release date is July 4th. Obviously, it's Monogatari, so must watch. Spy Classroom second season. It is by Studio Feel. As we mentioned, it's second season. Release date sometime in July. I gave it a must watch. Although I have not seen the first season, the trailer sold me on it, so I'll binge the first season and second as well. Ayaka, A Story of Bonds and Wounds. It is by Studio Blanc. Synopsis: Yanagi Yukito is an orphan who one day encounters an eccentric disciple of his father's. The strange man takes him to his birthplace on Ayaka Jima, made up of 7 islands where mysterious beings called Mitama and dragons are rumored to reside. There, Yukito meets his father's 2 other disciples who protect the harmony of Ayakajima, which soon threatens to collapse. Release date July 2nd, 3 episodes. Premise was interesting. I liked the animation in the trailer, so yeah. Next up, Synduality Noir. Studio 8-bit, it will be animating it. Synopsis: the year is 2222. It has been years since Tears of the New Moon, a mysterious rain, poured and wiped out almost the entire human race. The poisonous rain gave birth to deformed creatures devouring humans, and humanity fled from the danger. As means for survival, the humans then built an underground haven, Amazia. In this newly built dystopian city, in a pursuit of maintaining their existence, they run into an artificial intelligence named Magus. Not knowing how things will work between them, the story of how humans and AI coinciding and trying to find their truth begins. July 11th is the release date. I gave it 3 episodes. Um, yeah, not completely sold on it, but I'll definitely be watching. The Idolmaster Million Live Studio Shirigumi. Synopsis: Mirai Kasuga, who wants to carry on the dream she has yet to see. Shizuka Mogami, who yearns to be an idol, is shaken. Tsubasa Ibuki, who does not know what she can be serious about. At 765 production, new idols gather and everyone's dreams will will be brought into brilliance at the theater. The long-awaited anime of the Idolmaster Million Live. Release date is August 18th. For me, it's a hard skip. I'm not really interested in idol shows unless it's Oshinoko and Bochi the Rock, which doesn't 100% focus on the singing aspect, if you know what I mean. Level 1 Demon Lord and one Room Hero. It is Studio Silverlink and Blade. Synopsis: 10 years ago, the hero Max defeated the Demon Lord. In order to regain his power, the Demon Lord went into a deep slumber. But when he awakens, his body is only a chibi version of its fearsome form. Now curious to see what his enemy is up to, the Demon Lord visits Max, only to discover the mighty hero living in a dirty one-room apartment. The Demon Lord decides to move in with Max and help his old enemy become a formidable opponent once more. Release date is July 1st. For me, as a skip, I didn't really dig the animation style as well as the Demon Lord, who's that tiny girl on the right side. Seems kind of annoying, like Nagotoro and Uzaki. So I'm not interested in this type of show, unfortunately. Bang! Dreams, it's my go. Studio Shanzigen. No synopsis as of yet. Release date July 29th. I'm willing to give it a shot, so one episode. New Saga by Sotsu and Yokohama Animation. No synopsis as of yet. Release date sometime in July. 3 episodes. I think my computer froze. Yeah, it definitely froze. One second, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see, where are we? Mm-mm-mm. Here we are. I don't know what that was about. So Yami Shibai 11. It is by Studio Ilka. It is its 11th season, release date sometime in July. So I actually forgot to put my ranking on this one because when I first started making this PowerPoint, uh, this one wasn't up in the lineup yet, so I included it last minute. But for me, it's going to be a skip, unfortunately. There's 10 previous seasons, as we've discussed before. I don't have, the time for it. Next one, Cardfight Vanguard Overdress. Studio is unknown. Synopsis: it's third season, July. Release date: it's gonna be a skip for me. Um, I'm not really interested in it, and there's 2 previous seasons. Next one, Hyakusho Kizuki. Studio is Pie in the Sky. Synopsis: before becoming a manga artist, Hiromu Arakawa spent 7 years working as a farmer in Hokkaido. Well acquainted with the many emotions that are part of parcel and agricultural work, she captures the harsh realities of Japanese dairy farming, while also shedding light on this tough and powerful way of life in a series of side-splitting episodes known for numerous works in which she celebrates the joys of life. In this essay style comic, Arakawa reveals her own roots and little known truths about farming life. Release date is July 7th. For me, it's going to be a hard skip. I didn't really dig the animation. Not really interested. Next one, Shadowverse Flame, Seven Shadow Hands, Studio Zex. Synopsis: fifth season, release date July 8th. I fucked with the trailer, so I'll watch a little bit of the first season. If I'm into it, I'll keep watching season 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Ikumono-san. It is by Studio New Deer. Synopsis: a new series of anime shorts based on Atsushi Wada's original short film and game My Exercise. Release date is slated for July 7th. For me, it's a hard skip. Not interested in the animation style, so I'm not really their target demographic. And last but not least, we have a special like side story, the Quintessential Quintuplets. It is by Studio Chef. Synopsis: stories from the manga, not adapted in the anime. Release date July 14th. And for me, it's a must watch. I love Quintessential Quintuplets. The main girl, I forgot her name because I'm really exhausted at the time of recording. Right here with the headphones. But yeah, I believe, yeah, looks like that was it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry this was such a long dragged out video, but as you can tell on the PowerPoint, if it there was 50, well, technically 49 animes since the first one was our title page. But yeah, 49 animes that we covered. So yeah, if you just joined the video at this point and you want to know what's airing, feel free to rewind the video to the very beginning and see what were my must watches, my recommendations, which ones I'm skipping, etc. Thank you guys for continuing to enjoy this series. This is, I believe, the fourth or fifth installment of the anime reviews that I've done. And you guys have been so positive, so amazing towards these. So, as long as there's still interest, I'll keep making these for you guys. I definitely enjoy these. So, if you only watch my anime reviews, tune in to September, probably August, September, when we will do our fall anime reviews, where we will cover all the anime that will air in fall of this year. If you do watch my other videos, I do have a couple of unboxing videos that I will be uploading soon, as well as building a Yu-Gi-Oh structure deck where I go step by step on what cards you should pick, etc., etc. So yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll go ahead and transition to our ending screen. And yeah, man, what else can I say? Again, thank you guys so much. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button for notifications. I'm always active on Twitter. I will sometimes stream on Twitch, but with everything going on Twitch, we are transitioning to becoming a full-time YouTuber only. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the BGM as I end the video.